Hello, I'm Shane Johnston, Director of Schools in Jefferson County, and I want to welcome everyone to the 2021-2022 school year. It's hard to believe what everyone's been through over the last year and a half with COVID-19, and we appreciate everyone's hard work during the 2021 school year. And this season, we're looking for a much happier tone to everyone's step. We do have some serious issues that we want to look at, but we're going to work through those together, and together we believe we can continue to provide a high-quality educational experience to all of our students, while at the same time taking care of our teachers, employees, and staff. First of all, I want to just say how much we are looking forward to this year and seeing everyone back. Students' first day of school is Thursday, August the 5th, 2021, and we'll have more information on that in just a moment. I do want to talk about this year a focus we've implemented in all of our schools known as the Core 4. These 4 elements that we're going to be the undertones of everything that we do starts with a culture of excellence. We want to be excellent in everything we do. Academics, extracurricular activities, athletics, all of the things that you send your children to us and help us support and we embrace and try to promote. We want to just be as good as we can be. At the end of the day, if we're as good as we can be in all areas, that's all we can do. We gave it our best, and we certainly want to do that. We want to create a culture of excellence of academics, a culture of excellence in expectations that all students can learn. One of the great things about this country, and one of the few countries, if not the only country in the world, we educate every student, and we want to meet your child where they are and then help them be successful. And by the time they leave Jefferson County High School, they have a quality educational experience that gives them the choice to do whatever in life they want to do. Of course, this year we have the new Jefferson County Virtual Academy that also has grades 9 through 12. The Virtual Academy is grades 1 through 12, but by the time students leave one of our 2 now schools that have those grades 9 through 12, we want them to have choice. We want them to have test scores and abilities to go into 4-year college, military, 2-year college, TCAT, or right into the workforce in an area that is in high demand and they can support their families. So we certainly want to just meet students where they are, and we look forward to that challenge. Creating a culture of excellence means that we all, starting with me and all the way through the organization, are going to do our very best to increase our efforts to help your child. Second core element in the Core 4 deals with high quality instructional materials and instructional strategies going to be used in ELA. And then the third core is high quality materials and instruction going on in math. And the fourth core principle that other supervisors no doubt have talked about these as well in their videos deals with data responsive instruction. We knew we would see the impact of COVID-19 from no school, March, April, and May in that first 3 months of COVID, and then last entire school year. Through January last year, we had over 29,000 student days missed just because of COVID. This is not related to other absences, dentist appointments, and families had to be out for bereavement when family members passed away and different things. Just related to isolation and quarantine through January, we had over 29,000 student days through January. And throughout the year last year, we had about 6,000 teacher days that had to be missed. Obviously, that impacts instruction. However, we have still gathering some of the initial data, and the state will be releasing that very, very soon. While we expected some hits to be large, and they were hits to our scores, we also saw where teachers did a great job and students and families did a great job of not letting those hits be as bad as they could have been. We already started back in February and March implementing strategically a plan that's going to help us not only get back to where we were prior to COVID, but then far exceed that plan through these Core 4, again, a culture of excellence, high quality instructional materials in ELA and math, and then using that data to adjust our instruction and meet students' needs. So we're going to address all of these academic issues coming up, and that begins here in just a week as we begin the 21-22 school year. I do want to take a moment and talk about the health and safety measures. I know that last year we pretty much started the school year in kind of a lockdown mode and with all sorts of restrictions, and we were able to ease some of those as we went through the spring semester. This year we are seeing an increase in the Delta variant, even in Tennessee. According to the local health department's numbers, in the last 2 weeks, we've gone from about 25 active cases to over 100. And again, while 100 doesn't sound like a lot compared to the total population of the county, we are tracking those numbers. We will be remaining in place, keeping in place many of the just prevention measures to try to mitigate the spread of that. Such things as simple things like visitors and limiting visitor access to our campuses. Teachers will also be doing things. We're going to do our best to socially distance the minimum of 3 feet. That will be a little harder this year. Last year when we started school, we had 1,800 kids on distance learning. Distance learning is not allowed as it was offered last year by Tennessee state law. We are only allowed to offer distance learning if a child is officially quarantined this year. So therefore there'll be more students in each classroom and it will be harder to socially distance, but we'll do our best to keep children apart. Other things such as hallway traffic, limiting the number of folks in a restroom at a time, cafeteria spacing when possible. We've said last year, we'll say it again this year, we cannot socially distance on a bus. There's simply too many children. Additionally, we want to make everyone aware that we continue to get updated guidance from federal officials, state officials, and work with our local health department and the Jefferson County Health Board. So in all of that to be said, we are going to do our best to try to keep school open and to offer a safe in-person environment as much as possible, and we'll keep you involved as parents and stakeholders with all of these changes. Of course, the one question we get more than any is, will my child be required to wear a mask? At this time, as we announced a few weeks ago, masks are encouraged, and that is in accordance with guidance from health officials as well. Masks are encouraged for both students and adults in Jefferson County schools, but masks are not required. We all will have to remain somewhat flexible and fluid throughout this school year, and I expect we'll see peaks and valleys and updated guidance from time to time. But again, we will keep you involved in that loop and make sure everyone knows. Our goal in its simplest form, we know that this is, our goal is simply this. We want students in front of teachers and where they're in a safe, warm environment, they can be taught the standards of the state of Tennessee and also provided meals safely each day on campus. That's our goal. We know this is a highly charged political topic throughout the country and even the state, but in its simplest form, there's no political agenda in Jefferson County school system concerning masks or the health and safety protocols. We just are gathering guidance and going to do our best to keep kids in front of teachers, let teachers do what they do best, care about kids, and teach them each and every day. As we just wrap this up, just some general announcements. School times are 8 to 3. Now we know in previous years there's been some dismissals that had to occur 5, 10, 15 minutes before that. But when you do the math of even 10 minutes earlier per day over the course of 177 days, it adds up to significant student loss of instructional time. Again, as we address these academic drops that we're seeing and go forward, we want to maximize the instructional day. So even if you're a car rider and parents, we want you to know if you or your child's grandparent comes to pick them up or family member, they're not going to be outside before 3 o'clock. It's going to be 3:05, something like that. And each school level building will be making announcements and make sure that you're aware of traffic patterns and those dismissal times. But school is going to be basically 8 to 3, but we're going to maximize that instructional day. Also want to let you know, once again, the first instructional day for students is Thursday, August the 5th, 2021. That is scheduled to be a full day for students. And I do want to let you know, recently the school board had to make one little adjustment to the calendar for April and May. And again, that's several months down the road, but due to the election that's going to be held on May the 3rd, that day is, they use the voting precincts are often in our schools, and we have to not allow students in there on those days. So we will have to change that. That expands the calendar one day. So now the last day of school is May 25th, 2022. I will continue to provide weekly updates via the phone calls to parents and through video outlets like this, and we appreciate everyone that watches these and listens to those phone calls. And again, we have a changing situation right now with health and safety protocols being updated frequently, and you will be involved in that process, and we'll get you accurate information and up-to-date information just as quickly as possible. Please look for those weekly updates here throughout the first few weeks of school. Thank you for your support. Thank you for what you do. We do not take lightly that you entrust us with your children, and we're going to do our best each and every day to provide them a safe, warm, and loving environment to where they can learn and grow and become the productive citizens that we want them to become in this great land that we live in. Thank you, and we look forward to a great 2021-2022 school year. Have a great day.
Hello, my name is Michelle Walker, and I'm the Supervisor of Secondary Education and Assessment in Jefferson County Schools. Some of the things that I do in my position are oversee curriculum and instruction for 6 through 12, work with instructional coaches to improve the craft of all teachers in middle school and high school, work with other supervisors and instructional leaders to prepare professional development, serve as the district testing coordinator to schedule all district, state, and national assessments such as TCAP and ACT, serve as the chair of the DHA or the Disciplinary Hearing Authority. I am so pleased to be starting a new school year with great instruction, great teachers, and great materials in all subjects, but I'm especially excited to be in the second year of implementation of high-quality ELA materials. Also, we have purchased Ready Math materials for K through 8 students, and it will allow us to comprehensively address students' needs in math. This year we will also be offering a STEM and career readiness program at each middle school through the Related Arts rotation. I'm excited to partner with parents, staff, and our community to continue a culture of excellence in Jefferson County schools. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions.
Hello, my name is Kristi Waltke, and I'm the elementary supervisor here for Jefferson County Schools. This is my 22nd year in education at Jefferson County Schools, and my second year in the role of elementary supervisor. In elementary school, we strive to provide students, our children, with a positive first experience. We know that how children feel about school has a major impact on their ability to learn. When children leave elementary school, we want them to be ready for middle school, and when they leave middle school, we want them ready for high school, and when they leave high school, we want them ready to be successful and productive on whatever path they choose for their life. We have high academic standards throughout Jefferson County Schools, but we also care about children's social, emotional, health, and safety needs as well. This year, we have a new phonics program in kindergarten, first and second grade. Our teachers attended a training this summer. It was a week long to get prepared to teach this new program. This phonics program was created specifically for Tennessee students and is based on cognitive science and research about how kids best learn how to read. We also have new math curriculum in our kindergarten through 8th grade classrooms. It's an amazing math program, and I'm so excited to see how it helps our students in the area of mathematics. To our parents who might be watching, thank you for your support. We appreciate being on the same team with you.
Hello, I'm Jessi Underwood, Supervisor of Exceptional Children's Services, and I am so excited to be able to welcome you all back to the 2021-2022 school year, and I look forward to partnering and working with you and your students throughout the entire year. We are thrilled to welcome several new staff members within our department that will be working in schools across the county. Both all new and returning teachers are so excited and looking so forward to your students returning to the building. They're looking forward to building those positive relationships with them and in turn resulting in those positive academic gains. A couple of questions that you may have pertaining to our department is, one, if you have a child who is not currently receiving services through special education and you suspect that they may have a disability, you might ask yourself what your first step would be. And the answer to that question is, if you suspect that your child may have a disability, you would contact their home school of record. After you contact the school, a member from our team would give you a call and schedule a meeting, and during that meeting a team decision would be made on the appropriate next steps to take. If you have a student who is currently receiving services through the special education department and has an active individualized education plan, also known as an IEP, and you wonder who you would contact with questions and concerns regarding that IEP, you would contact the school, your student's home school of record, and they would have a case manager assigned to them. That case manager will be in regular contact with both you and your student. So if you have a question or concern, if something should arise, please feel free to reach out to that school and contact your child's case manager. If at any time you have any questions pertaining to the vulnerable student populations, please call us at 865-397-7024. We look forward to having all students back with us. We are so excited to continue teaching and learning. We are champions for all students and want to provide the avenue for all students to be successful. Thank you.
Hello, I am Carrie, Trent, Supervisor of Student Support and Whole Child Services. I am so glad to welcome everyone back for this new school year. I work closely with school counselors to focus on the social and emotional learning of students. School counselors are available in all of our buildings, and parents can feel free to use them as a resource on a variety of topics. This year we are excited to have allied behavioral health back in all of our school buildings as well. If your child needs access to a therapist, please contact your school counselor for further information on that referral process. Coordinated School Health will focus on the family life curriculum some this year. They're in the process of working out how that curriculum will work with Jefferson County schools. We hope to have this process complete by the beginning of September. At that time, we will post it on our county webpage, and each lesson will be available for parents to look at and the topics, and parents are able to opt out of those lessons if they choose. I just wanted you to be aware of what was to come. This year we're also very excited that we were awarded a grant over the summer to test for COVID on students and staff. So parents will be able to opt in to the testing process if they so choose. We hope that this will make things easier on parents if they have someone at the school who is able to give their child a COVID test, and hopefully also this will cut down on school absences. We will send out further information as that becomes available and ready to use. I also wanted to put in a plug today for school-age childcare. They are in the process of enrolling for the new school year. If you would like to enroll your child in this after-school program, please look on our county webpage under Student Support Services, and there is an email address for Rhonda Blankenship. She is the coordinator for this program, and she will be more than happy to help you get your child enrolled. Again, my name is Carrie Trent, Supervisor of Student Support, and my office will be more than happy to assist you with any questions or concerns that you have throughout the year. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Trevor Collins, and I'm the Data Accountability Specialist for Jefferson County Schools. I'm also this year the Virtual School Coordinator, Supervisor for the district as well. This year we have a strong focus on accelerating student learning across the district as we recover from the impacts of COVID-19. State testing this year, as we're expecting and seeing on national trends, will probably see a decrease in proficiency. Speaking of state testing and proficiency, it is important to remember as the state agencies in the coming weeks release data and information and various sources begin to interpret it, that proficiency doesn't mean that anyone not proficient can't read or write. There's a big difference between being on grade level. Many of our students in Jefferson County schools remained on grade level this year, but possibly saw a decrease in their proficiency scores. We're working hard this year to recover those students and ensure that they are moving back toward proficiency through our focus and vision aligned to our core 4 values as we move into the new year, along with the alignments of high quality instructional materials and a focus on excellence every day in our classrooms. Thank you so much.
I'm Jamie Johnson. I'm the nutrition supervisor for all the kitchens for Jefferson County Schools. We are excited to tell all of you all that free meals will continue this school year. All of our children will receive free breakfast and free lunch. So we encourage all our kids to come take part. Even if a student brings their lunch from home, we would love to have them come through the line. They can pick 3 items such as a milk, a juice, or a vegetable, or a fruit. If they just get 3 items, they can come through and get that free. So we would love to have them visit our cafeteria. Also, in talking about that, we still need you to fill out your free and reduced lunch forms. A lot of our schools are funded through our percentages for free and reduced, so it's very important that you go ahead. You can do that online through our school website, or you can get the paper application just like you always have. Either way is sufficient to get to us and let us get them approved. That also trickles down to fee waiver, And I know a lot of you all have got some of the PEBT benefits, and if you're not qualified for free and reduced, you can't possibly get those. So we need you to fill those out, and we look so forward to seeing your children in our cafeteria this year. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Carol Baker. I represent the Human Resources Department for Jefferson County Schools. Amanda Kinsey is my assistant in the Human Resources Department. We have a very busy summer hiring new employees for the school year. It's always busy in the summer, but this year is our busiest summer ever. We are hiring a lot of new employees. We have hired approximately 60 new certified teachers already this year, and a couple of assistant principals. And we are hiring approximately 65 support employees. Positions such as bus drivers, classroom assistants, cafeteria employees, some office personnel, and some maintenance personnel. We still have some positions open that we're hiring for, and if you're interested in learning about some positions that might be available and you're qualified for, just go to our website, jc-tn.net. There's a link at the top of the page to click on for employment, and then you will click on a link for job postings, and you can see what the current positions are. And if you're interested in applying, then all you have to do is click the button that says apply now and start the process, and everything's pretty simple online. We hope you'll consider looking at the job postings and applying for a job with Jefferson County Schools. Thank you.
Good morning, friends. My name is Sherry Dotson. I'm Supervisor of Transportation for the Jefferson County Schools. Parents and guardians of our student school bus riders here in Jefferson County. In just a few days, you'll be receiving a student data emergency contact form with the attached bus rules and regulations. It will be attached to that form. So please read and review these policies with your children to ensure that they will have a safe and trouble-free school year this year. Please keep a copy of the bus rules and regulations for your records. And if you don't mind, please explain and go over these bus rules with your children. It's very important. These rules are important in maintaining of your child's safety throughout the school year. And here are just a few rules that I like to go over with you that you will see attached to that school bus form. For instance, it'll have on there prior to loading on the road and at the school. Be on time and at the designated bus stop 5 minutes prior to the arrival of that school bus. And all students must be out. They must be out of their car and their house and ready to board the bus without delay. As you know, buses are on time schedules and cannot wait. So please have them out there 5 minutes prior to the arrival of that bus. And also parents, this is very important too. Please teach your children to never run after a school bus. Here in the United States, we have lost several children chasing a school bus. Unfortunately, when the children wasn't out there 5 minutes prior to the arrival of the bus, and the driver would look over and nobody would be coming, the driver would just go on and leave, going to the next stop, and then the child would run and be chasing the bus. He or she would come from somewhere, and they would stumble, they would fall in a pothole, and they would fall under the back wheels of that bus. So please, tell your children to never chase a school bus. It's very important, and to be out there 5 minutes prior to the bus. And also, these rules are very important in maintaining of your child's safety, again, throughout this whole entire school year. And also, I want to thank you for filling out and returning these student data emergency contact information forms. If you don't mind, I'd like for the drivers to have them no later than the third day that your child will ride the bus. This way, should a need ever happen or an accident ever arise on that school bus, the driver will have these contact information forms on that bus with them, and we would be able to reach out to you, the parent, okay? And also, I want to say thank you for entrusting the care of your children to the Jefferson County Schools Transportation Department. And remember, if you have a school bus safety complaint, I would love for you to report that to me. Please feel free to report that. My phone number is 865-397-2139, extension 2. And as you know, there is no cargo more precious than our children. And if you should need anything at all, please reach out to me. If you're not too for sure of what bus your child would ride this year, call over there to the bus garage and we'll help you with that. and we'll give you the name of the driver. We'll give you the bus number, their phone number. You will have that. So please do that. And also one other thing I like to cover with you at the bus stop. I like to tell you parents that that there's problems. There can be some problems at our school bus stops. So encourage your children to tell you about anything or anyone that makes them feel unsafe at the bus stop. That's very important. Let them know to notify you if at the bus stop they see a stranger that they've never seen before lurking around, any gang activity, bullying or harassment at the bus stop. Please encourage your children to tell you that. Also, have your children to be alert for strangers or unfamiliar parked vehicles occupied or unoccupied at or near the bus stops. As you know, children at bus stops are very vulnerable to sexual predators and abductors. And some of these bus stops, these roads are, these students are walking down long gravel roads, and they stand out there by themselves, and some of them are being picked up, and it's still dark outside. And me also, I had to drive a bus on several occasions, and I pulled up at 6:30, and I've seen children walk down these long gravel driveways, and it's dark, and I'm very concerned about them. And so if at all possible, if you can, I would like to encourage you to come down to that bus stop and be with your children, and stay with them until the bus arrives. Because I know there's so many things that could happen at that bus stop before that school bus gets there. And again, I want to thank you so much for entrusting Jefferson County Transportation Department with your children. We're going to do our best, and we're going to take care of your children. And again, do not hesitate to let me know if you need anything at all. I'm here for you. And again, my name is Sherry Dotson.